these stupid extractor probes. These are the literal bane of my existence. I would remember them because they are the most annoying thing in the entire game that I have faced so far. Hey there guys, PortalMaster9351 here, and in today's video we are going to be continuing with Starlink Battle for Atlas. Now, before I talk about what we're going to do in today's episode, I want to go ahead and tell you guys I have done a significant, and I really do mean significant, amount of off-camera work. By that I mean I have 100% alliance on Sonatus, Kareed, Haven, and Vilus, and I have also unlocked every single Warden Spire on all 4 of these planets. Now, before we go on to Tundria, which is the goal of today's episode, we are going to be taking down these Dreadnaughts. We're at Kareed right now. We're going to take down this Dreadnought before it drops another Prime, and then we're going to go for this Dreadnought as well. So, without further ado, let's get started taking down this Dreadnought. Now, I want to do this on camera, even though we've already actually done a fight of a Dreadnought, because Dreadnoughts, when you actually fight them the second time, are different than when you fight them the first time. I've also been spending, I will go ahead and tell you guys, a ton of Nova on various upgrades and expansions for the Equinox, because you get 10 Nova each time you take down a Dreadnought. So we're about to get about 20 Nova here, which is going to put us at a whopping 26 Nova, and allow us to actually get a few more Equinox upgrades as well. One of the most important upgrades that I've actually gotten is the it's the 4th Warden Spire upgrade, which allows us to do additional damage to elite units for the Legion, meaning like the giants and such, like the ice giants and the fire giants. So that's going to be a big help trying to take out those high-level extractors once we get to Tundria. The other upgrade that I have gotten allows us to have Legion Vision. What that means is that on each planet we will be able to see where the Forgotten Legion actually is without actually having to go and find each extractor manually. That is going to be a huge help in actually culling down the Legion on Tundria and just make taking new planets that much easier, because getting your first foothold is really just the difficult part about trying to take out a planet.
You think this will be easy?
Well, you're only a level 5 Dreadnought, so actually, yes, I do think this will be pretty easy. We'll just have to take down these Legion Drakes. We're going to go ahead and pop our shield, though, because we are just going to sit here and basically just be immune. Now, I've gotten Mastery on my first weapon, which is actually really, really good, because it means that every pilot that I have is now at least level 5, which is, like, pretty good. It gives a nice bonus just to all the things. I'm currently waiting to get Mastery on the Hailstorm, and I should be able to do that after we take down the Dreadnought. That is my goal, and that'll mean that all of my pilots are automatically level 6, which is going to be awesome. Now, you may have noticed that there is actually a timer on each Dreadnought. I don't know what that timer means. It says like 8 minutes on the one and 15 minutes on this one. Now, what I assume it is the time until it drops another Prime. So it's quite possible that by the time we actually manage to take out this Legion Dreadnought, it's actually quite possible that another Prime will get dropped on either Vilus or what is the other one that it's hooked up to? Haven is the other one it's hooked up to. So it's quite possible that I'll have to go get rid of another Prime before we take down that other Dreadnought. And if that is the case, then I will just go ahead and cut that out. But I am going to take them out, I think, before trying to take down the next Dreadnought. So I guess it's the same way as before. Take down the turret first. That would make a lot of sense. Awesome. And we want to take down the other battery cannon. Boom. There we go. We got a few more Drakes, actually quite a few more Drakes coming on at us. Elite Legion Drakes. Well, we're going to do extra damage to you now thanks to that level 4 Warden upgrade. Hopefully once we get on Tundria, one of my first priorities once we get on there is going to be to get all of the Warden Spires so that I can get the final Warden upgrade. I'm hoping that for the next 3 episodes we'll get to go to a new planet in each one, and honestly, if this fight isn't terribly exciting, I probably will not actually show the second Dreadnought fight. Honestly, I'm thinking probably not, because this fight is actually playing out a lot more similarly to the original Dreadnought than I thought. I read online on the subreddit, though, that each fight was actually a little bit different, but I'm guessing that maybe it's just slightly different in that, you know, there's no cutscenes or anything like that, and it's slightly easier because you're a higher level or something like that. I don't really know. It's whatever, though. So, either way, I do want to get to Tundria today because we have spent far too long on these first 3 planets. It's time that we actually start exploring further out into the Atlas system. And let's try not to die here. I'd really like to not die. Okay, we're doing okay. We're going to pop this shield up so that we can just make sure we don't take damage. I think we spawned in some more Legion Drakes because I took out that 3rd battery cannon. But it's okay, because we can handle them, because we're actually pretty powerful right now, even though there are not any mods on this ship. And if you're wondering why I'm actually using, this is Levi's ship, the Scramble. If you're wondering why I'm using the Scramble, it's just because I've actually reached level 1 on all my other ships with Carl. So with that in mind, I want to make sure that we're leveling him up as much as is humanly possible. He's the first character that I've actually gotten his ultimate with, his final ability. And again, the main reason for that is I'm just trying to get these mastery levels on these 2 weapons that he's using. The next time I swap out pilots, I will probably try to get mastery on a couple of weapons that they use as well, just because of the fact that it does help you level up all your other pilots that much faster because they get that free level. It is really just a massive benefit. And the 100% XP bonus from Mason Rana is such a welcome benefit. I did not mean to run into the side of that thing. I meant to come up on this side so that we can take out the Dread Eyes over here. Knowing like what stages of this fight, you know, you have to go through, it makes it so much easier. We're just gonna pop this shield up. There we go. Awesome. So now we're in the difficult stage of the Dreadnought fight, but I think it'll be okay. So I guess we do get to go inside this Dreadnought too, a la the Death Star. So we're already back at the maximum charge for our weapon, and whoa, we are taking fire again from these missiles. We're gonna run the heck away and pop our shield up.
No.
Oh, okay, we're dead. It's fine though, honestly. We're still doing okay. I'm gonna throw on the Nadir because it's always my favorite ship. I think it's always a solid pick. Alright. Come on over here. We're gonna fly in the opposite direction. I feel like this is pretty much the easiest way to get an approach on to the Dreadnought door so that you can actually, and we're dead again. Okay. So if you can actually aim and not get hit, then this is definitely, I feel like, now I don't know this for sure, but it seems like it's the best way to actually get inside the Dreadnought.
Interior exposed.
Okay, there we go. Now we're in the Dreadnought, or we're about to be in the Dreadnought. We can just get in without getting shot by these Drakes, then we'll be fine. There we go. And although this looks like it would be difficult, it's really actually not that hard, or at least it wasn't the first time. Maybe it will be this time. So, yeah. So I don't think I'm going to end up showing that second Dreadnought, because we're already going to be 10 minutes in by the time we take out this first Dreadnought, and I do want to actually get to Tundria, start exploring it a little bit, show off the planet, and do some stuff on there during this episode. So with that in mind, that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, I'm hoping this episode to explore Tundria, and hopefully by the end of it get a spire up on it. Then in the next episode, we're either going to go to Necrom or Ashar. I'm not sure which one yet. And then whichever one we go to, we'll go to the other one in the following episode. And I think within the next 3 episodes, we will probably be able to have all 3 Starlink spires, Starlink towers, I mean, in place, which I don't know what happens once we've done that, but I'm assuming that that does advance the story to the point where we'll actually be able to, I don't know if that's the end game. It seems like that'd be a little quick, but I don't know. And it does look like I was right, that that timer does refer, in fact, to the, when it drops another prime, because one just landed on Vilus, so I'm going to have to take care of that before I go and fight that other Dreadnought, but I won't show that on camera. I won't show either of those fights on camera. Next time you see me, I think we'll be heading to Tundria. But there we go, there is our Dreadnought down, and y'all can see, you get 3,000 experience, which is a significant lump sum of experience. You get a legendary mod, you get 10 Nova. The rewards for taking these things down are pretty sweet. So just keep that in mind as you know, do this. So I'm guessing, when do we escape? That's my question. I'm just confused. Where am I supposed to go? Did I go out here? No? Or maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah, you just automatically escape. Alright, that makes more sense. And then it blows up again, just like the first one. That's actually the exact same cutscene that it used the first time.
I can't believe it.
You failed me for the last
Oh, and
time.
all pilots gain a skill point. Wow, okay, that's great.
As for you, Starlink, you'll soon fall just like your leader.
Whoa, who is shooting me? Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. So if you don't take out the Drakes, that's good to know. If you don't take out the Drakes, then they will be back to take you out. Okay, well we're just going to kick it into the hyperdrive, and we're going to get the heck out of Dodge. Alright though, thank you guys for joining me. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to end the episode. We've barely even started. I'll be back once we've blown up the second Dreadnought. So, I'll see y'all then. Alright boys, I'm into this second Dreadnought. So, the Prime actually didn't take me long. I've actually only been not recording for about 18.5 minutes, which is not that bad, considering that that's the amount of time it took for me to not only take down a Prime, but also re-establish 100% Alliance rating on what was it, Vilus, and then actually managed to almost completely take down this Dreadnought. So yeah, we're actually doing pretty well on time. It did not take me as long as I thought it would at all. The main reason that I'm so concerned about time right now is because it's actually like 1 a.m. while I'm recording this video. So yeah, I actually just released episode 6 not that long ago. I was like, I really want to play some more, but at this point, since I've pretty much 100%, you know, completed the other planet, like I haven't 100% completed them, but I've done most of the main combat stuff, and I want to go ahead and keep progressing the story. I was kind of like, if I want to keep playing, I really got to record, so that's what I'm doing. I am recording, so that not only you guys can enjoy this video, but so that I can keep playing on tomorrow morning when I don't feel like recording another episode early in the morning. That's typically what I'll do. I typically get a lot of my grinding done in the morning, like when I first wake up, before I actually feel like recording, especially on the weekends. You know, just kind of stay in bed and play. That's what I've been doing. Boom, there we go, down with this Dreadnought. Another 3,000 XP. You know, it's funny, I said I was trying to master my Hailstorm, except I didn't actually have it equipped the first time I took down the first Dreadnought, which was kind of, you know, defeated the entire purpose of it in the first place. But anyway, we've actually got it this time, so that's nice. Actually managed to take it down. So, yeah, I forget, you actually have to escape. Where are we going? Here we go. Oh, and I just ran into the wall. That was not smooth at all. Okay, here we go. Automatic escape sequence initiated. So once we are out of here, next Dreadnought blows up. Awesome. And now we are ready to head to Tundria. All pilots gain 1 skill point. We are up to level 20 with Carl. That's crazy, y'all. We're actually up to level 20. We have enough to get this ability and this ability. Carl is like decked out. So what we're gonna do is, rather than trying to fight these guys off, we're just gonna fast travel to the Equinox and get out of range of them, because that makes the rest of this a heck of a lot easier.
Is almost complete. It will strike down Starlink soon enough.
So obviously Grax is getting just a little angry. So we are going to head to Tundria, mark it on our map. Now what's interesting is we could actually just go ahead and build a Starlink tower on Vilas if we wanted to. However, that would be too easy, and also would never give us a reason to actually go to Tundria. And it kind of seems counterintuitive to not go to Tundria if it's a literal, planet in the system. So while we're on our way, I'm going to try to figure out what character I want to actually use next. Personally, I'm thinking Levi McRae, I think, is the character that we're going to go with next. Once we get on Tundria, we're going to have to repair our ships. Luckily, I haven't actually lost too many ships so far, so I think we'll be safe for a while. But I get the feeling that once we get to Tundria, it's going to probably be 100% overrun with the Forgotten Legion. Now, I don't know that for sure, but I get a feeling. Hold on, let me look on here. Because I have Legion vision, I can actually see everything. Yeah, it's not looking too pretty. It's definitely got a lot on it. And it's got probably a very high level, yeah, it's saying a level 10 to 15 prime on the planet. So, probably going to be a little difficult. This is actually still in the intermediate section, though, of the thing. It's in the frontier sector instead of the dark sector, because it goes the trade sector, frontier sector, dark sector. So it's still in sort of the medium mid-game portion of the world. So luckily, it's not like it's going to be, impossible to do at my level, but it isn't going to be as easy as like Karit or Haven. So that's just kind of a little bit of a heads up. Now luckily, because we have 100% on the 4 planets that we've been to so far, not only will it be dirt cheap to actually build outposts here, but also we'll be able to build armories from the get-go. And armories give a ton of alliance benefit. So with that in mind, it shouldn't actually end up taking me that long to take over Tundria or to get to that 50% that is required to actually take back a planet, especially if it doesn't end up being as overrun as I'm thinking it is. I'm not 100% sure though. So we've got one outlaw on us. Somehow the outlaw traps never actually showed up the entire time. Okay, that's really confusing. I think that kind of glitched out, to be perfectly honest with y'all, because it kept saying outlaw trap detected and none of them ever showed up. So I'm kind of curious if that glitched out a little bit. So we're just going to dive straight into Tundria, not particularly worried about where we pop out.
Great. I've got
Let's
a
go.
look on Tundria's prime.
And we already know where the prime is. And we actually have, wow, 60% of planet already explored. Whoa, okay, yeah, this is definitely way overrun.
On Tundria.
Okay.
I'm getting plenty of Legion readings. Not exactly a
What are
winter
we at
wonderland
on here?
down
This
there
cannot
right
be
now.
pretty. Oh no, we are at 100% overrun. Okay, this is exactly as bad as I thought. So we're gonna keep the, we're actually gonna keep Levi's vehicle equipped, because Levi's the one we're gonna throw on here now. I'm not actually sure what his mentor ability is, but that is obviously the one that we are going to be going for. I'm also going to try out some weapons that we haven't really gotten to use yet, and that's going to be the Meteor Mark II, since it's actually a melee weapon. And I'm also going to throw on the Gauss gun. These are going to be some slower weapons, but since they are pretty modded out, I think we'll be okay. I'm also just going to slap some random mods on here that's just going to try to help us out here. I'm also going to load us up with freeze resistance mods, since I think that'll probably help us a good bit on here. That oughta boost us up a little bit. And he's already got 6. He's already level 8 because of mastery levels and all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply those real quick. I want to go ahead and extend his ability as long as possible. I've already taken a little bit of a look at him. I just can't remember what it is. Let's get this shield recharge speed up. That's going to help us a lot. And that already gives us enough to just jump right in and get his mentor skill the next time we level up, which is Bad Influence, giving us additional durability at critical health. Couldn't remember what it was. I could remember that it was pretty good. I don't think we want any of these. Well, heck, I'll just go ahead and splurge and buy that. That's okay. And collection, I just like clearing out all my alerts. Yep, Tundria, here we go. So it's 100% overrun. Let's go to the star map. What is the 100% thing? So if we get 100% ally on Tundria, we get ally level plus 10 on all planets. That would actually be highly, highly beneficial. I want to show off the power of the Meteor Mark II real quick. Yeah, it can one-shot things. It's pretty good if you ask me. It can one-shot ice anything. It's not terribly good for taking out extractors, though, I will say. Just because of the way, you know, it's a charge weapon. So if we take out an extractor, which is what we're going to do, that's gonna, you know, we're gonna have to do that. Or I could Leroy Jenkins in to the Prime, wherever the Prime is. If I can find the Prime, I guarantee you it's max level. Like, there's no way it's not max level. Here it is, the Infernal Prime. Yeah, I really don't think I want to take him out. But we will take out this extractor here, and then I'll take out mini extractors, and I'll come back once we've, you know, claimed some interesting stuff, or if I run across anything interesting on here, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. But I do want to show off the power of this Meteor Mark II real quick. Yeah, we did. Hold on. Why did he not take damage? There we go. Now he's taking damage. Take damage, dang it. There we go. His shield actually has to be down in order for him to take damage. This weapon actually pairs really well with the Levitator, and on second thought, I'm actually going to switch to that just because of the sheer combo potential that it's got. Because basically, it'll just put the put the enemy in stasis, since it is literally a stasis weapon, and make them really easy to target. And so as a result, it's actually a great choice. So we took him down. Let's take down this extractor probe, because it is healing them. As you can see, it kind of makes them hold still. It makes it really easy to just destroy with the meteor. And I assume that that combo would probably work pretty well for any type of stasis weapon once they're actually out. As well as, whoa, he went way up in the air. As well as any of the melee weapons, like the Iron Fist as well, which is, of course, very similar in terms of how it plays to the meteor. And yeah, you can see it's really not that great for taking out extractors. I'm going to keep it equipped though, just because this is a low-level extractor. If I can dodge the shield, I think we'll be fine. Come on. Actually, you know what? I am going to switch it out because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because once we actually get into the main extractor, it's going to be nearly impossible to deal damage to it if I'm trying to use the freaking meteor. So we will switch out. But it isn't a bad weapon at all. It's pretty good for taking out really tough giants and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys know it, the next time I fight one of these, I'll let you guys know. On each planet, there's actually a wonder, and it's basically there's one on each planet, just like I said, and they each contain a special relic. I already have one of them. I got the one off of, I want to say Phyllis, but it might have been Sonatus. I can't remember which one it was. It's definitely one of those two. But it gives a very powerful mod. But the boss that you have to defeat, because there is basically a boss, is like a really strong named Cyclops. So it's not, or a really strong named giant. So it was actually called like Phylus's like fire giant or something like that. And Phyllis was the name of the warden that built the supposed, what is it, wonder is what it's called. So each planet has sort of a warden that built each wonder, and I'm assuming that the warden spires were also built by that same one. So it's sort of a named weapon mod thing that you can get. It's interesting. They're pretty difficult, and I'm assuming that it's even more difficult on the higher level planets. So you just kind of got to keep that in mind while fighting them. But I'm sure that the meteor would work really, really well in taking those things out. Like I said though, the next time I fight one of those, I will actually show it on camera. When I was fighting that when I was fighting it the last time, I wasn't even set up to record, so I couldn't like just throw it on, and it wasn't like it was in between takes or anything like that. So I think maybe the next episode I'll maybe find the one on Tundria, and we'll go do it before we go to the next planet, whether that be Ashar or Necrom, whichever one we go for. Alright. I would really like it if I could unfreeze. There we go. Thank you. this probe has got to go because he is not making it very easy for me. And I think we can take down this extractor now. How is this thing healing? Y'all are seeing it. Oh, it's this freaking probe. Okay, you have got to go because you're healing the extractor. That is not okay, man. I didn't even know the probes could do that. That might be a thing that only the probes on this planet can do. I don't actually know. I've never seen them do that before. That is really obnoxious. Okay, come on, man. This is just silly giant. And I flipped into a node. It's okay. These cold resist mods are like really saving my tail right now. They're keeping the scramble from getting completely frozen solid. Or it is getting frozen solid, but it's not actually taking damage from it because of the fact that I've got this thing modded to crap with cold resistance. So, alright, take out this next node. And there we go. And then there's one more node, if I can just take it out real quick. There we go. And now, down with this node, I don't actually see a drone to heal it. So that's really nice if I can actually just, you know, get in and deal damage instead of getting hit by these spinning things of fire. We'll take this extractor down. Okay, and there we have it, our first extractor down on Tundria. Awesome. We gotta take back Tundria. That's what I'm naming this episode. I decided that before I even started. So, I think it's just going to be more of taking this stuff down. If I do run across anything interesting, I will cut back, but I think I think the next time y'all will see from me is once we have, you know, established enough of a foothold on Tundria to actually build that second Starlink spire. So, I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, I'm back real quick. I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know just how OP it is that you can build an armory on a planet with 0% alliance. That is so big. So I had 2% after I took back Chillwind City. Taking down that extractor gave me like no alliance power. However, building the Frostbite Armory gave me 17% and then another 4% when I upgraded it to level 2. So we're already at level, or at 23%, which is actually kind of crazy, and we've actually purified a very large portion of the planet that was not purified before. Like you can see the sun, that's how you know that we're actually doing okay here. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention, early game, you definitely, like absolutely definitely, want to take, which one is it? Vilus. That is so overpowered. Then, if you take Sonatus and you can actually build an armory for only 2 Nova, and then half the Electrum, whatever that cost is, that is so overpowered. So I'm going to go back to trying to conquer Tundria, and it probably won't take me long to get to 50% with this, because that is such an overpowered tactic. So I'll see you guys then. Alright y'all, we're back. We got 45% of Tundria taken back, which is okay. We're doing good now. Probably take down about 1 more spire and then a couple of other things and we'll be fine. I can't seem to find a ton of the imp hives, unfortunately, so I've had to basically take down a ton of the spires because I can't really build that many outposts where I can't find imp hives or anything to be able to, you know, actually do anything. I already maxed out Levi, or I didn't max him out, but I was able to get level 2 on his mentor ability, and so with that in mind, I figured it was time to go ahead and change over to Judge, and I'm going to end up getting his ability pretty quickly too. But talking about Levi for a minute, when I actually put out my definitive tier list for the Starlink pilots, he is going to be way, way up there. Like, he's way up there. Higher than Shade, to be honest, because Okay, her disappear ability has nothing on the fact that Levi can just become invincible. Like, he can just literally become invincible, and then if he goes on a kill streak while invincible, he stays invincible for even longer, which is actually pretty crazy. Like, the ability to just chain together kills like that and just go on a rampage. He is absolutely amazing for taking on what are they? Crush Giants, because Crush Giants will summon those Crush Imps, and you can basically stay invincible for forever just by taking down those Crush Imps. So I actually found this refinery, which is awesome, and I'm just going to defend it, and I think we'll be fine, and we'll be able to claim this as our own and increase our alliance rating, which I think we have enough cores too to actually be able to level it up, which is awesome. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll actually have to go complete a mission for them, which is okay. Alright, boom, we claimed the refinery. What does that put us at?
I enjoyed the challenge.
4%. 50%, y'all. We have 50%. That's awesome. We can actually take back this planet. We can build a tower. But before we do that, we're going to repair all our ships. We're going to deliver some items. We're going to level this thing up. That gives us a cushion. Puts us at 54%, which is awesome, because that means that even if the Legion manages to take back some stuff, we'll be okay. 2 armories and taking down a ton of extractors really did manage to do this pretty quickly. And I'm seeing on my mini-map a hexagon that I think we're going to go investigate. Yep, here's an empty hexagon. It says on the map that there's only 2 empty hexagons in the entire world, meaning there's only 2 blank slots to build these outposts. But hey, it's okay. And you know what? We just have just enough to be able to do this. Wait, did our alliance rating go down? Huh, we're at 51%. So it's very good that we got that buffer, because it means that we'll be able to build this Starlink tower and be absolutely fine. So, let's build the second tower that we need.
The second tower is complete.
Great job. Starlink reconfiguration is coming along too.
So I don't know if we'll get some bonuses from
To
this.
Atlas B. I just need to tune the accuracy, but then we should be good to go.
Good to hear.
Awesome.
While you're working on that, let's make sure to nail those Dreadnaughts. It's not a requirement, but it'll probably make the fight against Grax a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, don't want to get caught with our pants down.
No worries there. I haven't been wearing pants this whole time.
Levi, we talked about this.
Alright, y'all. So let's go back here. Let me just spend some upgrade points on Judge. There we go. So we've basically already gotten his thing. And what his mentor ability is when you end up breaking your shield, you gain invulnerability, which is pretty sweet. That's actually really good. For 2 seconds, 2 full seconds of invulnerability is actually really, really, really powerful. Now, we've almost taken out everything on Tundria. Let's take out an Arch Prime just to end this episode on a bang. We'll blow back the Legion on Tundria. We'll take back Tundria. I won't leave you guys hanging. And luckily she's already level 8, and these weapons are modded to crap. So I think we'll be okay in taking down this Prime, except for the fact that there are these stupid extractor probes. These are the literal bane of my existence. I do not know if they are exclusive to Tundria, but I have definitely not run across them before, because if I had, I would remember them, because they are the most annoying thing in the entire game that I have faced so far, because they heal a lot of damage really, really quickly, and they actually heal extractors too, really, really quickly. So you absolutely have to take them down. If you actually want to be able to do anything in this game, you cannot have an extractor probe near you, at least not the ones on Tundria. So what I'm assuming is that for every additional level of health, or for every additional level of a Prime that you're fighting, it has an additional health bar. So a Prime just has the 1 health bar, an Arch Prime has the 2 health bars, and then an Infernal Prime is the level 4, but I can't remember what the level 3 Prime is. I also can't believe that I thought they were called Archons at one point, because they're never even referred to as that. I'm assuming I must have just misheard the word Arch as Archon. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Whoa. Okay. So it automatically enters a new phase when you hit Okay, so this is much more like the first time I fought a Prime, rather than the second and third times that I fought Primes. Because they're actually, because the first time we fought a Prime, it was level 1. Or level 2, I mean. So, and I haven't, this is actually the first time I fought a level 2 Prime, since I fought the first one. I don't know why it did that, really. I didn't remember it disassembling one the first time. We are a lot more powerful than the last time we actually fought one of these guys, though. So let's find out what Razor's ability does. Yeah, I have no idea what that did, actually. Like, seriously, if anybody knows what just happened, please tell me, because I don't know what it did. I'm gonna have to look at her ability. And come on. Kill the Prime. Oh, that's right, it's the underside. In the seconds, when you're fighting a Prime. Forgot about that.
The Prime has called for reinforcements.
And he's got more. I think we'll be fine, though. We're taking him out pretty effectively.
Target destroyed.
Luckily, the air is nice and clear now that he nicely disassembled that extractor for us. I think that was a level 4, an ancient extractor, too, so thank you, buddy. Even though we're going to take down all the extractors automatically once we get rid of you, it is a great help. Okay, there we go. Come on. Can we take it down? Yes, there we go. Boom. Down with the Arch Prime. Blowing him back completely off the planet. 72% Alliance rating. Absolutely awesome. Only took me about 2 hours in total. It's a grind, but I love grinding games anyways. Grinding games is like seriously one of my favorite things. There's only one game that I couldn't grind enough, and that was Octopath Traveler. That was just too much grinding for my taste to beat the end game boss, but yeah.
Good thing we got so many prospector pals.
Okay, who's shooting me?
Time to say goodnight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, no, this is not okay, you outlaws. You can't just swoop in and try to kill steal like this. Nobody likes it when you do this. No, no, stop. Sir, sir, stop. Stop, thank you. No, no, down with you, elite outlaw. Good grief, that almost killed me. That got closer to killing me than the actual Prime did. That's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm going to turn this thing in and call in the episode. So we have made great progress to the end game goal, or at least I assume it's the end game goal. We have built a Starlink tower on Tundria. There is still a lot more to do, though. We've got to go to both Ashar and Necrom. I don't know which one we're going to go to next. I'll probably have already recorded the next episode before this one even goes up. I would ask in the comments which one you wanted me to go to next, but because of that, I'll probably just make the decision on my own. I'm feeling like I'm going to go to Necrom next, I think is what I'm feeling, and then we'll go to Ashar. I don't know, just something about those names. I want to go to Ashar last, personally. I want to see what Necrom actually is. I'm like genuinely curious what Necrom is, so I kind of want to go see that. So as soon as this little sequence finishes, I think we're going to wrap up this episode for today. And we have, is that 100% Alliance rating? Yeah, I think we maxed Alliance. Dang, I wasn't expecting that. Wow, we got a lot done in this episode. We really did take back the entirety of Tundria. Even though there's a lot more to do, we really did take it back. And with that in mind, we're going to get ally level plus 10 on all planets, which is actually really beneficial. That's really going to help us take out Ashar and Necrom. So yes, lots done this episode. I want to thank you guys all for staying tuned to the very end. If you've made it this far into this video, we got a lot done. Just to recap, we took down 2 Dreadnaughts. We managed to 100% retake Tundria. We built our second Starlink tower, and in the next episode, we are going to go to Necrom. We're going to claim it, and then following that, we'll take back Ashar, build the final Starlink tower, advance the story. Thank you guys for watching. This has been PortalMaster9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially Liam Corner, The Collector Creepypasta, and Portal Power TV. That's all for now. See you guys next time.